Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are so near Christmas. It literally is the Friday before Christmas, and I really hope you are well, and I hope you are looking forward to the festivities. So this morning, what I wanted to do was a little bit more of a mindful mobility and relaxation session for you. I know this time of year can be incredibly stressful for a lot of people, and you might need just a little bit of downtime. And if you do, this morning is going to be perfect for you. Whether or not you do this with me this morning, or maybe you do it a little bit later today, maybe you might do it tomorrow, whenever you want to do it. Remember, you can always do everything on catch up. But I'm really hoping that you give yourself a little bit of time just to relax, just to chill. Now, I will be doing a special fitness Pilates session for Christmas Eve, and that is also going to have quite a relaxed and chilled approach. It's certainly not going to be anything too taxing. And then we have got a Boxing Day boot camp, which definitely is going to be a lot more challenging. So you've got some workouts if you want them over the Christmas period. Otherwise, you know that you can do these anytime that you want, whenever it works for you. So I'm using a beautiful mix this morning. This is an old one, but it's still a real favourite of mine for this time of year. It's the Classical Chill Mix from Pure Energy Go. Absolutely beautiful. And it's going to work perfectly with what we're doing today. So if you know you need blocks, maybe you need pillows, cushions, feel free to grab those. We also need a long band. And we are going to do a relaxation session at the end of the class. So again, if you want to grab pillows, if you want to grab maybe a throw, anything that you want, a blanket that you can use over you at any time, then please feel free. Otherwise, gang, we are going to start, and we're actually going to start down on the floor. So be comfortable, come to a seated position that works for you. Just going to make sure that you can see me clearly. Please grab a drink anytime you want. And we're going to do a little bit of breath work. So bring yourself just wherever you feel comfortable. Like I said, sit comfy for you. Please don't feel you have to sit with your legs crossed just because I am. If you want to sit with your legs extended, by all means. Or if you want to bend your knees, have your feet in a slightly different position, you can. But I want you to take a moment just to home in on the breath. Feels good for you, you can place one hand to the heart. Or maybe cup the hands in the lap with your right hand on top of your left. Soften your eye gaze, close your eyes. And bring awareness to your breath. Breathing in through the nose. And breathe out through the nose or the mouth. And maybe it feels right this morning to breathe out with a sigh. Letting go the tension you might be holding on to. Exhaling it away. I want you to have permission right now to forget about everything else. Forget about everything you've had to do so far today. And forget about everything you've got to do for the rest of the day. Instead, just focusing on your body, your breath. And maybe ask yourself the question, how do I feel today? How do I feel physically? How do I feel mentally? We can then bring our breath into a more nasal breath, tapping into our parasympathetic system, if that works for us. Depending on how we feel today, we can allow our breath to help us. If we feel we need a little bit more energy, we breathe in for a longer in-breath. Breathe out for a shorter, sharper out-breath. So we breathe in and we breathe out. If we feel we need to relax and calm the mind a little bit more today, let your in-breath be shorter and your out-breath be longer. Elongate that out-breath, that exhale. So depending on how you feel, depending on what you feel you need, allow the breath today. Very slowly relax the hands. Bring 2 fingers up to your third eye and just tap that third eye. Say to yourself, remember this. Remember this. Remember this. Use the fingertips over the forehead like a little pitter-patter, tapping around your eye sockets, around your temples, your nose, cheekbones, around your jaw. If you feel there's quite a lot of tension in the jaw today, we know that we talk about the direct link between your jaw and your pelvis, your hips, your pelvic floor, connected by our vagus nerve. But if you feel you need to release here, maybe give yourself a little self-massage with your fingers and your thumb on your jaw. Certainly if that feels quite tender, let it come up to the ears. And then when that feels good for you, I just want you to relax your arms. Take your head over to the right shoulder. Roll the head down and round. Over to the left. Allow the neck to release, maybe staying on one side a little bit longer if that feels good for you. Noticing if there is a difference between your right and your left side. The head comes down, chin to chest. Curl through the upper back and then release. Look up to the ceiling. Allow the head to fall and rise. Be aware of your movement. Making that C curve with the spine. And then straightening. Inhale. Exhale. So we're going to be very mindful of our movement today, how we want to move, how we need to move today. Circling around on your axis, moving through that low back. Anything that doesn't feel right for you, you do not have to do. Go round in both directions, really easing through the back. Right hand can come down, left hand over. Stretch, open the waist. Open up the side body. Maybe you want to look underneath that arm and then change sides. Anchoring your hip bones to the floor. How do you feel? Inhale. Exhale. The right hand comes back behind us, and wherever you have your leg, turn the body so that you twist and look back. Sitting up as tall as that feels good for you, switch sides. Again, being tall through the spine. Inhale, exhale, and change. From here, bringing the legs wide. Again, not very dignified, I know I always say that, but just allow your knees to rotate in. The hands can be back behind you wherever you feel most comfortable. You're just going to allow the knee to fold inwards. Close to the floor as far as that feels good for you. Hands back behind you just for your support. And then anytime you're ready, bring yourself around onto all fours, and we reverse that by moving through the hip and making those movements as big or as small as you wish. Relaxing the hands, rotating inwards, rotating outwards. We take the attention then into the upper body, into the hands, and I want you to move your hands into all directions. If you imagine that your hand was on a clock face, your fingers would face every number. Bringing the hands inwards, bringing the hands out, turning the hand back, maybe placing the back of the hand onto the floor, clenching a fist and then letting it go, stretching out the forearm, the wrist. Moving our way through our spine into our cat to cow. Inhale our belly to the ceiling. Exhale our belly to the floor, look to the ceiling. So let's take some time in the spine. How does the back want to move today? How does it feel? Some of you may wish to circle round on your axis. Identifying any sticky spots. Allowing that back to relax, to release. We sink to return into our extended child's pose. Maybe you need to put a block underneath the head here. Open the knees as wide as you wish and just relax the shoulders. Take the hands to the right, left hand on top, head comes down low. Change sides here when you wish. We come back to center. Bringing yourself back onto all fours, take your right hand to your temple. Sit back lightly and then thread like a needle through with the elbow and then rise. Now there's no rush, but I want you to do 4 repetitions here. Allowing the shoulder to kiss the floor as you come down, and then opening the chest and the shoulder high to the sky. Moving at your pace, your rhythm, your tempo. When we've done our 4, we change sides. We know that our thread like a needle is such an amazing mobility move. Be mindful today of how this moves for you. Is there a difference between your right and your left side? How does it feel in the chest, the shoulder, the upper back? When you've done your 4 on your left, go back to your right, lift the arm, and then lace through. Reaching the hand in both directions, as high to the sky as you can and as far through as you can. Again, when you've done your 4, change sides. Allowing the shoulder to kiss the ground, working through the back. Maybe there's a few clicks going on here. Bringing yourself to all 4s and up. Right leg can come forward. Place the hand down. Now maybe you need to put a block underneath your left hand. We're just going to work into the hip here. I want you to take the foot as wide as you need to. Roll, rotate, open. Inhale, exhale, press away. Recognize that in the hip for you. How does that feel? Well done. We release, change sides. Bringing ourselves through on the other side. And again, opening as much as you need to. Being aware of the outside of the hip. Maybe taking something underneath the right hand if you need to. Slowly you're going to come round and you will need your band handy. I'm just going to move my mic belt out of the way. Coming down to the floor, I want you to circle your knees around in opposition. Going in both directions, just be aware of your hips today. Replace the right foot across the left thigh. Push the knee open and then let the knee drop down to the floor. Arms are wide. Stay there as long as you need to and then go the other way. Foot drops down towards the floor. Open the hip here. Inhale, exhale. And then when you're ready, release. Change over to the other side. Left foot comes across. Dropping the knee. And then allowing the foot to come over the other way, pushing that knee away. We bring ourselves back to center. Our feet can be as wide or as narrow as we wish. We're going to roll up into our shoulder bridge. If you have anything behind the head, just move it out of the way. Arms go overhead and then articulate your back, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your bottom hits the floor, and then bring your arms down by your side. So remember, if your hips feel a little bit tight today, feel free to take those feet wider. They don't have to be narrow. Try and keep the feet in connection with even distribution of your weight, especially between your big toe and your little toe, so you're not flaring out through the feet. But by all means, take them wider. Even turn the toes out if that works for you. Heels in, but you've got that even distribution of your weight. Between the right foot, the left foot, between the big toe and the little toe. We're easing through the back, letting the shoulders relax, release at the same time. As your bottom hits the floor the next time, we're going to grab our band, place it around our right foot, and then just release into the back of the leg here. Bend and straighten. So as you're moving through the back of the hamstrings, just be aware of letting go of the tightness you might have in your hamstrings, in the knee, in the calf. When that feels good for you, hold the legs straight and just gradually pull that in. Some of you may want to move the hands. The higher the hands are to the foot, the deeper the stretch will be, so you can move your hands accordingly. We can then take that foot into a flexion point, feeling the release into the back of the calf, the Achilles. And then holding the foot flex, take a breath, inhale. Exhale it away. Internal rotation of your foot, toes point inwards. Allow the heel to flare out. Again, deep breath. And exhale it away. Notice how that foot position feels. Does it change the stretch for you? Turn the foot the other way. Internal rotation for the heel, external rotation for the toes. Again, as you breathe, see whether or not that foot position has changed the stretch for you. And then out of those three positions, which do you feel is the deepest stretch? Is it internal? Is it parallel? Is it external? Do the one that you feel is the best benefit for you today. We're going to hold on with our right hand only and then open the leg wide to the side. Pelvis stays level. We allow that left leg to come to the floor. If you find that your left hip starts to rise, just bring the leg back, recorrect the pelvis, only go out as far as that feels good for you. Gentle pull on the bands. Feel the deep stretch in the inner thigh opening up. Well done. We're going to bring the leg back, cross it over the body, use the left hand now, and the right hand comes out shoulder height, let the shoulder drop. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, lift. Feel the deep stretch going down the back of the leg. Maybe lift the head and shoulders a little bit stronger here. We take our breath, we release, we change sides. Coming over on the other side, bend and straighten. Again, just releasing into this leg, making it as big or as small as you want. We don't need to lock the knee, but anytime you're ready, hold the leg straight and encourage that leg to you. Light bend there, gentle pull. Flex the foot, point the toes. Feel the release into the calf, the Achilles. We take our breath, inhale, exhale, pull the toes down to us. Shoot the heel away, feel that release there. As always, recognize that foot position and what kind of stretch it gives us. We turn the foot inwards, recognize that foot position for us. And turn the foot outwards. Recognize that foot position. Out of those three positions, which do you feel the most on this side? Do that one again. Holding on with our left hand only, we open the leg wide. Pelvis stays level. Stretch the inner thigh just as far as you can go. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, pull across. Let the shoulder come down into the floor. Be aware of how that feels in the hip, the outer thigh, the lower back. Well done. The band comes back up, leg comes back up, head and shoulders can lift if you wish. And then release the leg. We take a full body release, tightening every single muscle in the body. And then I want you to let it release. And I want you to lay for a moment just for you. Come back to your breath. Close the eyes or soften the eye gaze again. And lay comfortable. Take a moment here just to maybe make up a little bit more space. Spread out. Allow your body to relax into the ground. Let the tension go from each toe. There's no pressure around the ball of your foot or the back of your heel. Let the legs lay heavy. Paying special attention to your knees. Thighs lay open. And the hip bones release. And the tension that we may hold on to within the legs or around the hips, the low back, let it run out through the legs. Let it go. For it no longer serves you. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly and your chest as you breathe here. As you exhale, letting the tension go from around the pelvis, from the low back. Almost visualize your breath being like fingertips, massaging your low spine, easing that tension away. Your chest lays open. Your upper back melts into the ground. We release the shoulders. As you exhale, visualize them moving further away from your ears. The arms lay heavy, and let go of the tension in the hands, the wrists, the fingers. Finally, letting go of the tension in your face. Breathing, smoothing away the fine lines. Until your whole body has that sensation of peace. Take a moment today, maybe to reflect on the year that's been. And to manifest the year that's ahead. Knowing and understanding the power of your mind. And you can achieve anything that you want to. You've just got to believe it. Always remember that your mind is super powerful. It will believe what you tell it. Be very careful how you speak to yourself. And know that you do not need to take anything forward into a brand new year that you don't want to. Come back to your breath. Have a little bit of personal stretch time here. Allow your body to wake up, inviting the energy back into the body that you've given away, maybe over this last week, maybe over this last year. Let it come back into you, flooding in through every cell. Until you get to a point where you want to bring yourself back to sitting. Release your shoulders. Head comes over to the right. Use the hand if you wish. Let the left hand drop. Come over to the other side. Take the right hand down, left hand over, stretch the waist. And change sides. Slowly we bring ourselves round. Come to calf stretch. Bend one knee, feel the stretch, the release in the other leg, and then change. Just alternating in your own time. And then anytime that feels good for you, hold both legs straight. We slowly walk the hands back to the feet. Roll up slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the neck and the head up last and roll the shoulders back. We take a breath. We roll down. Let of anything that no longer serves us, whether that's physical or mental, let it go. Take a breath at the bottom, inhale, exhale and rise. Release the shoulders. We take the right arm up and the left. Right hand forward and the left. Right palm in and the left. Give yourselves and each other a super round of applause. If this is your last session before Christmas, then I wish you a very, very, very Merry Christmas. I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's given you a little bit of downtime. Good morning, Dawn. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Good morning, Denise. Thank you so much. Have a very, very Merry Christmas, a very, very Happy New Year. Remember, I will be here on Christmas Eve doing a Christmas Eve special fitness Pilates, and Boxing Day, we will have a Boxing Day boot camp. So if you want to add extra stuff in, if you want to do a little bit for you, you absolutely can. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. If you do this on catch up, I would love to know. Thanks, Dawn. Take care, and I will see you soon.